the early spring of 2010, I overheard a couple friends of mine talking about a mission trip they were doing down to Puerto Vallarta. And I thought, that might be kind of an interesting deal. So I threw a joke out at them and said, hey guys, you need a worship leader for down there? And they looked at each other and looked at me and says, well, as a matter of fact, we do. And what started out as a joke turned out to be something that changed my life. Thinking I'm just going down there to hang out on the beach and play my guitar a little bit and have kind of a mini vacation.
When Rick came home and told me about going to Puerto Vallarta, I'm like, what? That's a vacation place. What do you do for a mission trip in Puerto Vallarta?
Well, before going on the trip, it was like every Monday for a few weeks we would get together as a group and pray about the trip, pray about what we were doing down there and what God was going to be doing through us. And the last week before we headed out on the trip, I was praying and I just realized, God, I just don't have a heart for these people. And what I thought was just going to be a simple prayer and didn't realize what was going to happen and change the entire direction of my heart and my focus in life.
I'll never forget the first time I saw Jackie. Jackie was 9 years old and she's the eldest of 4 siblings. Her mother works in the dump all day long, and while her mother's at work, Jackie stays home and raises her brothers and sisters. Jackie does not have the opportunity to go to school or to be a child.
My background being in construction, I thought, hey, this could be a good opportunity for me to offer some of my skills while I'm down there. So I'd asked them if there might be somebody that needed a house built. And as a matter of fact, there was an 80-some-year-old couple that had just been kicked out of the dump, and they needed a house. So I got together 5 guys that were going on the trip, and within a week we built them a house.
While Rick was working on the house, I was able to get to know Jackie a little bit. And even though I didn't speak very much Spanish and she didn't speak very much English, we were able to communicate. And she and I, we just bonded. She called me her abuela and Rick her abuelo, which means grandma and grandpa. And I knew that right then and there that child stole my heart.
In the process of building this house day after day and working with some of the people there that were actually helping us build the house as well, I became friends with a few of these guys, and they became my brothers and my sisters. And when it was one of the hardest things I've ever done to leave that place, I knew that I was supposed to be there.
It just breaks my heart that children like Jackie and many others that live around the dump have no chance of an education, that they are stuck at home raising their brothers and sisters while their parents are out working, trying to make a living to feed them. Our goal at Heart to Home Ministries is to bring a daycare into the colonia so that these children will have a place to go, to be fed, to be educated, to be able to break the cycle of poverty.
After getting back home and realizing, yes, the Lord is calling us back to Mexico to minister to the people, I also realized that it can't just be about houses. It can't just be about handing them a house to live in. There has to be more behind it. I feel like we can go there and we can help them to learn new skills. We can teach them things to help them break this cycle by themselves, not just giving them a hand out, but giving them a hand up in life.
Our greatest need is to have families come down to share their time, skills, and to share the love of Jesus Christ with the people of Bosques del Progreso.
If you were to sum up the overall philosophy of Heart to Home Ministries, you could do it in James 2:15, where it says, suppose a brother or sister comes to you without clothes or daily food, and one of you says to him, go, keep warm and well fed, but does nothing for his physical needs. What good is it? At Heart to Home Ministries, we want to meet their physical needs, yes, but we want them to see Jesus, not only by the words that we preach to them, but by the things that we do, by how we are serving them and helping them. In other words, if we wanted to sum up in one word what we feel our ministry is about, it's about others.
Commission my soul with